धारा जी हसे मिसी भासे सुबास धारा आस आनंद स्वरूप प्रेम पसरा आस आनंद स्वरूप प्रेम पसरा प्राणे प्राणे आजी एकी मिलन प्राणे प्राणे आजी एकी मिलन ताहा स्मृति जागे सकल मन ताहा स्मृति जागे सकल मन आजी लंघी जाए देह पिंजरा ताराजी लंघी जाए देह पिंजरा तारास आनंद स्वरूप प्रेम पसरा आस आनंद स्वरूप प्रेम पसरा आनंदे नाचरे आनंद दे आनंदे नाचरे आनंद दे आनंदे आशीष मोतारे ने आनंदे आशीष मोतारे ने आजी मुंचरे आनंद लोतक धारा जी मुंचरे आनंद लोतक धारा आनंद स्वरूप प्रेम पसरा आस आनंद स्वरूप प्रेम पसरा अनाये तुमकु सकल आखि हसिब सते नीरव साखी आदि उनकी मारी हसे गगन तारा आजी उनकी मारी हसे गगन तारा
बंधन मोचन पूजबर गुणहीनामा शेष गुणाधिपति भवभीरुजने सत तम्बरद प्रणमामि गुरु शिव कल्पतरुं प्रणमामि गुरुं शिव
जय गुरु। आगे मागे भव मानव आस्ति समधुधार मागे भव मानव आस्ति समधुधार बरण करी चरणे प्रणामी बार बार बरण करी चरणे प्रणामी बार बार मागे जीत बरबरन सीता सरस दळ जीत बरबरन सीता सरस दळ कमळ ढळ ढळ अमळ पद तळ कमळ ढळ ढळ अमळ पद तळ मो मन मधुकर चुंबन लुडी तार मो मन मधुकर चुंबन लुडी तार मागे मागे भव मानव आयसी समधुधार मागे भव मानव आयसी समधुधार बरण करी चरणे प्रणामी बार बार बरण करी चरणे प्रणामी बार बार मागे नयन नीलमणि भुवन रञ्जन नयन नीलमणि भुवन रञ्जन चाहणी मनोहर पराण नन्दन चाहणी मनोहर पराण नन्दन निखिल भुवनर आनन्द पारावार निखिल भुवनर आनन्द पारावार मागे मागे भव मानव आयसी समधुधार मागे भव मानव आयसी समधुधार बरण करी चरणे प्रणामी बार बार बरण करी चरणे प्रणामी बार बार मागे लालित लावण्य कान्ति कोमल लालित लावण्य कान्ति कोमल झराई झरा झरा बदनु ବଦନୁ ଅବିରଳ ଦରସି ଅପସରି ଦାରୁଣ ଦୁଃଖ ଭାର ଦରସି ଅପସରି ଦାରୁଣ ଦୁଃଖ ଭାର ମାଗି ଭବ ମାନବ ଆଶିଷ ମଧୁଧାର ମାଗି ଭବ ମାନବ ଆଶିଷ ମଧୁଧାର ବରଣ କରି ଚରଣୀ ପ୍ରଣମୀ ବାର ବାର ବରଣ କରି ଚରଣୀ ପ୍ରଣମୀ ବାର ବାର ମାଗି। ଜୟଗୁରୁ।
ଜୟଗୁରୁ। ପରିଚୟ ପତ୍ର ପାଠ କରିବା। ମୁଁ ଠାକୁର ଶ୍ରୀ ଶ୍ରୀ ନିଗମାନନ୍ଦ ସରସ୍ୱତୀ ଦେବଙ୍କୁ ଏକମାତ୍ର ଗୁରୁ ଏବଂ ଇଷ୍ଟ ରୂପେ ବରଣ କରିଅଛି ଏବଂ ତାଙ୍କ ପ୍ରଦତ୍ତ ଜୟଗୁରୁ ସିଦ୍ଧମନ୍ତ୍ର ଗ୍ରହଣ କରି ନୀଳାଚଳ ସାରସ୍ୱତ ସଂଘ ପୁରୀଙ୍କ ନିର୍ଦ୍ଦେଶରେ ପରିଚାଳିତ ହେବା ପାଇଁ ସ୍ୱୀକୃତି ପ୍ରଦାନ କରୁଅଛି। ଶ୍ରୀ ଠାକୁର କହୁଛନ୍ତି, ବତ୍ସ, ମୁଁ ସଦ୍ଗୁରୁ। ମୋ ଭିତରେ ଜଗତଗୁରୁଙ୍କ ଇଚ୍ଛା ହିଁ ଲୀଳାୟିତ ହୋଇ ଉଠିଛି। ତୁମମାନଙ୍କୁ ମୁକ୍ତିପଥ ପ୍ରଦର୍ଶନ କରାଇବା ହିଁ ମୋର କାର୍ଯ୍ୟ। ଯେଉଁମାନେ ମୋ ଉପରେ ନିର୍ଭର କରି ବସିଛ, ମୁଁ ସେମାନଙ୍କୁ ହାତ ଧରି ମୁକ୍ତିଧାମକୁ ନେଇଯିବି। ତୁମ ଠାକୁର ସଦ୍ଗୁରୁ, କେବଳ ଏତିକି ବିଶ୍ୱାସ ଥିବା ଆବଶ୍ୟକ। ମା ମାନଙ୍କ ପ୍ରତି ଶ୍ରୀ ଶ୍ରୀ ଠାକୁରଙ୍କ ଉପଦେଶ। ମା, ମାତୃତ୍ୱରେ ହୃଦୟ ପୂର୍ଣ୍ଣ କର। ରମଣୀତ୍ୱ ଶୈତାନର ଉଚ୍ଛିଷ୍ଟ। ସୁତରାଂ ଜନନୀତ୍ୱ ବ୍ୟତୀତ ଶ୍ରୀ ଭଗବାନଙ୍କ ପବିତ୍ର ମୂର୍ତ୍ତି ଅନ୍ୟ କାହାରି ନୟନଗୋଚର ହୁଏ ନାହିଁ। ସେ ସର୍ବତ୍ର ବିଦ୍ୟମାନ, କିନ୍ତୁ ଭକ୍ତର ଉପଯୁକ୍ତ ଅବସ୍ଥା ନ ଆସିବା ପର୍ଯ୍ୟନ୍ତ ସେ ସମ୍ମୁଖକୁ ଆସି ଦର୍ଶନ ଦାନ କରନ୍ତି ନାହିଁ। ସେ ସଂସାର ବହ୍ନିରେ ଭକ୍ତକୁ ଜଳାଇ ପୋଡ଼ାଇ ଉପଯୁକ୍ତ କରି ନିଅନ୍ତି। ମୁଁ ଆଶୀର୍ବାଦ କରୁଛି, ତୁମେ ସେହି ମାତୃତ୍ୱରେ ପ୍ରତିଷ୍ଠିତ ହୁଅ ଏବଂ ଚିରଦିନ ନିମିତ୍ତ ସେହି ମାତୃସତ୍ତାରେ ବିଲୀନ ହୋଇଯାଅ। ତୁମେମାନେ ମୋର ଅନ୍ତରଙ୍ଗ ଭକ୍ତ। ସୁତରାଂ ତୁମେମାନେ ସଂସାର ତାପରେ ତାପିତ ହୋଇ ଅଶାନ୍ତି ମଧ୍ୟରେ ଥାଇ ଭଗବତ ମହିମା ପ୍ରଚାର ନ କଲେ ଆଉ କରିବ କି? ସ୍ୱଗଣ ବ୍ୟତୀତ ଆଉ କେହି ଯେ ପରୀକ୍ଷା ଦେଇପାରିବେ ନାହିଁ। ତେଣୁ ଭଗବାନ କବି ମୁଖରେ କହିଛନ୍ତି, ପରୀକ୍ଷାୟ ନୟମମ ସ୍ୱଗଣ କାତର। ମା, ଏ ସଂସାର ମାୟାର ଖେଳଘର, ଅଜ୍ଞାନତାର ମୋହିନୀ ମୂର୍ତ୍ତି। ତେଣୁ ସୁଖ ଯେ ବାହାରେ ନାହିଁ, ଅଛି ନିଜ ଅନ୍ତରରେ। ସୁଖ ଭୋଗରେ ନାହିଁ, ଅଛି କେବଳ ତ୍ୟାଗରେ ବା ଯୋଗରେ। ବାହ୍ୟ ବିଷୟ ସଂସ୍ପର୍ଶରେ ଯେଉଁ ସୁଖ, ତାହା ଆସକ୍ତି, ପାପ କଳୁଷିତ। ମନ ଦ୍ୱାରା ଭଗବାନଙ୍କ ସ୍ୱରୂପ ଉପଲବ୍ଧି ହିଁ ପ୍ରକୃତ ନିର୍ମଳ ପବିତ୍ର ସୁଖ। ତୁମେ ମନ ପ୍ରାଣ ପବିତ୍ର କରି ସଚ୍ଚିଦାନନ୍ଦ ଶ୍ରୀ ଭଗବାନଙ୍କ ନାମ ରୂପ ଚିନ୍ତା କର ଓ ମୁଖରେ ତାଙ୍କର ଜୟ ଉଚ୍ଚାରଣ କର। ଯେତେ ପରିମାଣରେ ଚିତ୍ତ ଶୁଦ୍ଧ ଭାବ ଧାରଣ କରିବ, ସେତେ ପରିମାଣରେ ତୁମେ ନିର୍ମଳ ସୁଖ ଅନୁଭବ କରିପାରିବ। ସେତେବେଳେ ବାହିକ ସୁଖ ଦୁଃଖରେ କିମ୍ବା ଲୋକଙ୍କ କଥାରେ ମନ ବିଚଳିତ ହେବ ନାହିଁ ଓ ସାଂସାରିକ ଘାତ ପ୍ରତିଘାତରେ ଅଶାନ୍ତି ଭୋଗ କରିବାକୁ ପଡ଼ିବ ନାହିଁ। ଏହା ବ୍ୟତୀତ ଶାନ୍ତି ଲାଭର ଅନ୍ୟ ପନ୍ଥା ନାହିଁ। ବତ୍ସେ, ପୁତ୍ର କନ୍ୟାମାନଙ୍କୁ ଭଗବତ ଜ୍ଞାନରେ ସୁଖ ପାଇ ସେମାନଙ୍କର ଯତ୍ନ ନିଅ। ଗୁରୁଜନମାନଙ୍କର ଅବାଧ୍ୟ ହୁଅ ନାହିଁ। ଯଥାସାଧ୍ୟ ଦିନ ଦୁଃଖୀମାନଙ୍କର ଉପକାର କର। କେବେ ହେଲେ ଆଚାର ଲଙ୍ଘନ କର ନାହିଁ। ମା, ତୁମେ ବାହ୍ୟ ବିଷୟରୁ ସୁଖ ଆଶା ତ୍ୟାଗ କରି ଅନ୍ତରର ଅନ୍ତରତମ ପ୍ରଦେଶରେ ବୁଡ଼ି ଯାଇ ମୋତେ ଖୋଜିଲେ। ମୁଁ ଜଗତଜନୀକୁ କୋଳରେ ଧରି ତୁମ ହୃଦୟ ପୂର୍ଣ୍ଣ କରି ବସି ରହିଛି। ବତ୍ସେ, ସେତେବେଳେ ଯାଇ
This
ତୁମର
call
ସମସ୍ତ
is no
ଅଭାବ ଦୂର
longer being
ହେବ।
recorded.
ତୁମେ କେବଳ ଭଗବାନଙ୍କୁ ସର୍ବସ୍ୱ ସମର୍ପଣ କରି ସର୍ବାନ୍ତକରଣରେ ତାଙ୍କରି ନାମ ଉଚ୍ଚାରଣ କରିଯାଅ। ବଶ୍ଚେ ବାହାରେ ମୋର ଦର୍ଶନ ନ ପାଇଲେ ମଧ୍ୟ ତୁମର କିଛି ମାତ୍ର କ୍ଷତି ହେବ ନାହିଁ। ବାହିକ ବିଷୟ ମାତ୍ରକେ ମାଇକ ବୋଲି ଜାଣିବ। ତୁମେ ମୋତେ ଅନ୍ତରରେ ଦର୍ଶନ କରିବାକୁ ଅଭ୍ୟାସ କର। ବାହ୍ୟ ଦେହ ଦ୍ୱାରା ବାହ୍ୟ କାର୍ଯ୍ୟ କରିବ ଓ ଅନ୍ତରରେ ତାଙ୍କୁ ଧରି ରଖିଥିବ। ମା, ମୁଁ ଦେହସ୍ଥ, ଏହା ଭୁଲି ମୁଁ ତୁମର ହୃଦୟସ୍ଥ ବୋଲି ଚିନ୍ତା କର। ଦୂରତ୍ୱର ବ୍ୟବଧାନ ଘୁଞ୍ଚିଯିବ। ମା, ତୁମେ ସ୍ୱାମୀଙ୍କ ମଧ୍ୟରେ ମୋତେ ଦର୍ଶନ କରିବାକୁ ଅଭ୍ୟାସ କର। ମନେ କରିବ ତୁମର ସ୍ୱାମୀ ଜଗତ ସ୍ୱାମୀ ଏବଂ ସ୍ୱାମୀଙ୍କର ସ୍ୱାମିତ୍ୱ ଶ୍ରୀ ଶ୍ରୀ ଠାକୁରଙ୍କ ସତ୍ତା ବ୍ୟତୀତ ଅନ୍ୟ କିଛି ନୁହେଁ। ଏତିକି ଭାବନାରେ ନାରୀ ଜନ୍ମ ସାର୍ଥକ ହୋଇଯିବ। ପ୍ରାଣରେ ଅଫୁରନ୍ତ ଆନନ୍ଦର ସ୍ରୋତ ପ୍ରବାହିତ ହେବ। ଆଶୀର୍ବାଦ କରୁଛି, ତୁମେ ସେହି ଭାବର ଅଧିକାରିଣୀ ହୁଅ। ସ୍ୱାମୀ ହିଁ ନାରୀମାନଙ୍କର ଗୁରୁ। କାୟ ମନୋବାକ୍ୟରେ ତାଙ୍କର ଆଦେଶ ପାଳନ ଓ ତାଙ୍କରି ସେବା ହିଁ ନାରୀମାନଙ୍କର ପରମ ଧର୍ମ। ସ୍ୱାମୀଙ୍କୁ ଗୁରୁ ବ୍ରହ୍ମ ଜ୍ଞାନରେ ସୁଖ ପାଇ ଭଗବତ ନିର୍ଭରତା ରକ୍ଷା କରିପାରିଲେ ହିଁ ନାରୀ ଜନ୍ମ ସାର୍ଥକ ହେବ। ଗୃହିଣୀର ସ୍ୱାମୀ ସେବା ଓ ସନ୍ତାନ ପାଳନ ସ୍ୱଧର୍ମ। ତେଣୁ ନାରୀମାନଙ୍କର ସାଧନ ଭୋଜନର ସମୟ ଅଳ୍ପ। ସୁତରାଂ ସର୍ବଦା ଗୁରୁ ନାମ ଜପ କରିବାକୁ ଅଭ୍ୟାସ କରିବ। ସଧବା ନାରୀମାନେ ସ୍ୱାମୀଙ୍କ ଭିତରେ ଭଗବାନଙ୍କୁ ଏବଂ ବିଧବା ନାରୀମାନେ ଭଗବାନଙ୍କ ଭିତରେ ସ୍ୱାମୀଙ୍କୁ ଚିନ୍ତା କରିବେ। ଅନ୍ୟଥା ଧର୍ମ ବା ଭଗବାନଙ୍କୁ ଛାଡ଼ି କେବଳ ସ୍ୱାମୀଙ୍କ ଚିନ୍ତା କଲେ ସେଥିରେ ବିନ୍ଦୁ ମାତ୍ର ଉନ୍ନତି ହେବ ନାହିଁ। ମା, ଏ ଜଗତରେ ରାଜରାଣୀ ଠାରୁ ଭିକାରୁଣୀ ପର୍ଯ୍ୟନ୍ତ ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କର ସମାନ ଅଭାବ। ଭାବରାଜ୍ୟରେ ଉପନୀତ ନ ହେବା ପର୍ଯ୍ୟନ୍ତ କାହାରି ଅଭାବ ଦୂର ହେବ ନାହିଁ। ମା, ତୁମେ ଜୀବଜଗତକୁ ସୁଖ ପାଇବାକୁ ଶିକ୍ଷା କର। ସକଳ ଅଭାବ ମେଣ୍ଟିଯିବ। ଜୟଗୁରୁ।
ଜୟଗୁରୁ। ଜୟ ବିଶ୍ୱପତି ଶିବ ସ୍ୱରୂପ হে, জয় বিশ্বপতি শিব স্বরূপ হে, পরমানন্দ দায়ী চন্দ্র রূপ হে, পরমানন্দ দায়ী চন্দ্র রূপ হে, জয় শান্ত দান্ত জগত ঈশ্বর, জয় শান্ত দান্ত জগত ঈশ্বর, জগৎপতি ঘেন মোর নমস্কার, জগৎপতি ঘেন মোর নমস্কার, জয় সকল বিবুধ আশ্রয় হে, জয় সকল বিবুধ আশ্রয় হে, জয় ব্রহ্ম স্বরূপ সদাশয় হে, জয় ব্রহ্ম স্বরূপ সদাশয় হে, সতী প্রাণাদিক প্রিয় পরমেশ্বর, সতী প্রাণাদিক প্রিয় পরমেশ্বর, জগৎপতি ঘেন মোর নমস্কার, जय पूज्य नमस्य हृदयाधार जय पूज्य नमस्य हृदयाधार जय स्वामी पंच प्राण आधीश्वर जय स्वामी पंच प्राण आधीश्वर जय नयन तारका ज्ञानाधार जय नयन तारका ज्ञानाधार जगत्पति घेना मोर नमस्कार जगत्पति घेना मोर नमस्कार जय पत्नी आनंद प्रदायक हे जय पत्नी आनंद प्रदायक हे तुमी ब्रह्मा शिव लोक पालक हे तुमी ब्रह्मा शिव लोक पालक हे पति ब्रह्म स्वरूप निर्गुणाधार पति ब्रह्म स्वरूप निर्गुणाधार जगत्पति घेना दीना नमस्कार जगत्पति घेना दीना नमस्कार जय भुवन मोहन पूर्ण इंदु जय भुवन मोहन पूर्ण इंदु जय पत्नी प्राणाधिक दया सिंधु जय पत्नी प्राणाधिक दया सिंधु दासी सर्वदोष नाथ क्षमा कर दासी सर्वदोष नाथ क्षमा कर तव पद कंजे कोटि नमस्कार तव पद कंजे कोटि नमस्कार तव पद कंजे कोटि नमस्कार तव पद
Jayaguru, Nigama Operation, page 111. Shiva Gyanar Jiva Seva. Service to the Jiva with the knowledge that Jiva is the form of Shiva. You have gathered here, coming from different places of the country. There is no discrimination here on the basis of caste and social status, but there is respect for virtues. You are Guru brothers, sons of the one Father and disciples of one Guru. You are the journeyers of the same path. Everybody should show love and affection for others. If one fall ill, you will take care of him. If there is no love and affection among one another, how can you love the world? With what feeling and offering will you stand in front of the world? The service to Jiva should be performed with the knowledge and feeling that they are the embodiment of Shiva, God. Service can be rendered to one and all irrespective of their status as a king or a subject, high or low. Remember, don't find fault with others. See whether one has any virtue. If you find faults with anybody, don't entertain any ill feeling or hatred for him. It is indeed real gentleness. One should not go on telling fault for others. Your basic purpose is to aim at self-development. Go on performing your duties, keeping your eyes on the destinations of remembering the words of Shree Shree Thakur. If you can preserve the sacred purpose of this golden monastery intact, you will have nothing more to do. Give your attention to it so that it may not turn to a jungle to be the habitat of the bears and tigers. He who is the head or Parichalaka, here is your elder brother. So you have to respect him, live unitedly amidst love and affection. I want to see God in each of you. Your body is the temple of God. Don't defile this temple. I once thought when I would attain complete perfection, God would come to serve my feet. That desire is now fulfilled. You are my God. Jai Guru.
ଜୟଗୁରୁ ପ୍ରବୀର ଭାଇ ଆସିଲେ?
ଜୟଗୁରୁ ପ୍ରଭୁ ମତେ ପ୍ରଥମେ ଲେଖିଲେ ଯେ ମାଙ୍କୁ ଜ୍ୱର ପଢିପାରିବେନି। ମୁଁ କହିଲି ତାହେଲେ ଆଉ କାହାକୁ ମାକୁ ବାଛନ୍ତୁ ପଢିବେ। Then he responded saying that ମା ପଢିବେ। I don't know. Are you there? Duma?
ଭାଇ
ଅଛନ୍ତି ଲାଇନରେ? ଦuma?
ହଁ ଭାଇ ଅଛି
ପଢନ୍ତୁ ମା।
ଭାଇ ଶୁଣି ପାରୁଛନ୍ତି?
ହଁ ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ ଶୁଭିଲା ମା, ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ ଶୁଭିଲା।
ଆଜ୍ଞା ଭାଇ। ଜୟଗୁରୁ 958 Sangha Puja session report. Date and time November 38, 2025, 7:15 AM to 11:55 AM Eastern. Palia Jemu and Madhusmita Ma. Adhibasa Puja. The Adhibasa Puja along with NC Pathachakra was held at Nigama Smriti Mandira at 6:30 PM Eastern on November 29, 2025. After NC Pathachakra session, Madhusmita Ma invited Shree Shree Thakur Maharaj and Bhai Ma YA for the next puja session. Sangha Puja November 30, 2025. First session started at 7:15 AM to 8:45 AM Eastern. The morning session commenced with the singing of Pratiksha song by Bhakti Ma and Shreya Ma. Devotees joined the puja either at Nigama Smriti Mandira or via teleconference. At 7:30 AM Eastern, Sanujit Bhai performed Arati followed by Vishwajit Bhai leading the singing of Bandana. Bandai Guru Charana and Stuta Bandana. Sandeep Bhai read verse 44 from Sri Sri Guru Gita, and Braja Bhai led the reading of Parichaya Patra, followed by Sammadhani Pratana and a prayer for construction of Bhakta Nivas. Shivani Ma then read Bandana Pratana and Pratana Karinka Prati from Sangha Sevaka 21st year part 4. Madhusmita Ma invited Sri Sri Thakura for Balya Bhogo and all Bhais and Ma and Ivaye for Balya Prasada, concluding the first session with Jayaguru Mahanama Kirtana. The second session began at 9:30 a.m. to 11:55 a.m. Eastern. The second session began at 9:30 a.m. Eastern with the singing of Abahana song Aso He Parama Sundara by Udita Ma and Aji Mu Kahuchi Mora Mano Katha by Puja Ma, followed by Pranama Gana and opening of Cotton at Nata Mandira. Devasis Bhai sang the Bandana Bande Nikhila Manasa Taba. Vijay Bhai read the session title Attain Vitality from Nikama Upadesa, page 110 to 111, and Vedavati Ma read the minutes of previous Sangha Puja. Dhananjay Dalai Bhai joined as a Kendra representative and led the discussion on the need for Pratana, Bandana and Upasana in our daily life, providing examples and insights. Gyana Bhai sang a beautiful Pratana, Paranaru Bali Priyatama Tume, after which Dhananjay Dalai Bhai continued the discussion and conduct a QA session. The young aspiration session followed starting with the Pratana Sangita by Asi. Swatima coordinate the YA session, taking attendance. Bhava Vinimaya was done by Jemuma and Madhusmita Ma. Madhusmita Ma then invited Shree Shree Thakur Maharaj for Madhyana Bhogo and evening puja, and the Bhaktas for Madhyana Prasada. Naitik invited Shree Shree Thakur for Shree Thakura and Bhai Ma and YA for next YA session, while Aruma invited everyone for next Mahila Sangha Puja scheduled for 7th December 2025. Madhusmita Ma prayed for forgiveness for any irregularity in Seva. The session concluded with Vidaya Prathana, Dasera Prathana Purana Kara Dayamaya, sung by Nihar Bhai, and the cotton was closed at Nata Mandira with Jayaguru Mahanama Kirtana and Pranam. Biswajit Bhai recorded the attendance of all Bhais and Ma present for the puja. Jayaguru.
Jayaguru, Pancha Sannyasini Sitya, page number 229. ତାହାରି ମଝି କୋଠରୀଟି ଗୌରାଙ୍ଗ ଘର ନାମରେ ନାମିତ। ଦକ୍ଷିଣ ପାର୍ଶ୍ୱସ୍ଥ କୋଠରୀଟି ଗ୍ରନ୍ଥାଗାର ଓ ଉତ୍ତର ଦ୍ୱାରସ୍ଥ କୋଠରୀକୁ ଆର୍ଯ୍ୟ ଦର୍ପଣ ପତ୍ରିକାର କାର୍ଯ୍ୟାଳୟ କରାଗଲା। ସମ୍ମୁଖରେ ଓସାରିଆ ଲମ୍ବା ବାରଣ୍ଡା ରହିଲା। ଗ୍ରନ୍ଥାଗାର ଓ ଆର୍ଯ୍ୟ ଦର୍ପଣ କାର୍ଯ୍ୟାଳୟରେ ପୂର୍ବ ଦିଗକୁ କେବଳ 2ଟି ଝର୍କା ରହିଲା। ଗୌରାଙ୍ଗ ଗୃହ ଦେଇ ଲାଇବ୍ରେରୀରେ ପ୍ରବେଶ କରିବା ପାଇଁ ଗୋଟିଏ ଦ୍ୱାର ରହିଲା। ଆର୍ଯ୍ୟ ଦର୍ପଣ ପତ୍ରିକା ଗୃହରେ ମଧ୍ୟ ଅନୁରୂପ ବ୍ୟବସ୍ଥା ହେଲା। ଲାଇବ୍ରେରୀ ଘରୁ ଭିତର ଘରକୁ ଯିବା ପାଇଁ ଗୋଟିଏ ଦ୍ୱାର ରହିଲା। ଆସାମରେ ଅତ୍ୟଧିକ ଶୀତ ଓ ବୃଷ୍ଟିପାତ ହେତୁ କୌଣସି ଗୃହରେ ଦ୍ୱାର ଝର୍କା ବେଶୀ ସଂଖ୍ୟାରେ ରଖାଯାଇ ନଥିଲା। ମୂଳ ଶାନ୍ତି ଆଶ୍ରମ ପ୍ରଥମେ ଏହି ଭାବରେ ନିର୍ମିତ ହୋଇଥିଲା। ପୂର୍ବ ପଶ୍ଚିମ ଉତ୍ତର ଦକ୍ଷିଣ ଚତୁର୍ଦିଗରେ ଗୃହ, ତାର ମଧ୍ୟ ଭାଗରେ ବିସ୍ତୃତ ଅଗଣା, ଏହା ହିଁ ହେଲା ଶାନ୍ତି ଆଶ୍ରମର ଅନ୍ତପୁର। ଏହାପରେ କ୍ରମେ କ୍ରମେ ପଠାୟତନ ବୃଦ୍ଧିପ୍ରାପ୍ତ ହେଲା। ବହୁତ ଗୃହ ତିଆରି ହେଲା। ପ୍ରତି ଗୃହକୁ ଲାଗି ଫୁଲ ବଗିଚା ରହିଲା। ଉତ୍ତର ଦିଗରେ ପଞ୍ଚବଟୀ, ତାହାପରେ ଫଳ ବଗିଚା ଓ ପଶ୍ଚିମ ଦିଗରେ ଅରୁଣା ଖାଲର କୂଳେ କୂଳେ ଶାକସବଜି ଓ ପରିବା ଚାଷର ବ୍ୟବସ୍ଥା ମଧ୍ୟ କରାଯାଇଥିଲା। ଦକ୍ଷିଣରେ ଢେଙ୍କିଶାଳ, ତାହାର ଦକ୍ଷିଣକୁ ବ୍ରହ୍ମଚାରୀ ମାନଙ୍କ ପାଇଁ 9ଟି କୋଠରୀ,
मध्य भागरे गोटे बड़ घर, एही घरर उभय पार्श्वरे 4टी करी 8 गोटे कोठरी, ताहार पश्चात दिगरे आहुरी दक्षिण को प्रेस गृह, जोगमाया मुद्रणालय, सम्मुखरे विराट मुक्त अगणा। एही भावरे शांति आश्रम सुसमृद्ध सारस्वत मठ रूपरे प्रसिद्ध और सम्यक रूपरे समृद्ध होई उठिला। श्री श्री ठाकुरंक शयनागार निर्मित हेबा परे जेतेबेले गुरु ब्रह्मंक आसन निर्मित हैला, सेतिकी बेले मोर मातुल मोर बड़ भाई नरेंद्र चंद्र निर्वाणानंद को से नहीं आश्रम रे उपस्थित हेले। मामू अति उत्साह सहकारे आसाम काठ मिस्त्री शंकर मिस्त्री संघरे मिसी समस्त कार्य निजे शिक्षा करी अल्प दिन मध्य श्री श्री ठाकुरंक भोग मंडप रे समस्त झरका कबाट निज हस्ତରେ तैयारी कले। ताहा सबु बंगलार अनुकरण रे काठ पटा और कब्जा स्क्रू दे तांको स्वहस्त निर्मित। शंकर मिस्त्री मध्य तांको ठारू से भली बड़ बड़ झरका कबाट तैयारी सबु शिक्षा करिथिला। छण छाउणी चाल बदल रे पूर्व बंग अनुकरण रे टीण करगेट छप्पर सबु करागला। श्री गौरांग गृह मध्य मो मातुलंक संपूर्ण तत्वावधान रे श्री श्री ठाकुरंक गृह अनुकरण रे काठर झरका दर्जा और टीण छप्पर दे तैयारी हैला। मात्र गोटे वर्ष भितरे शांति आश्रम नंदन कानन सदृश शोभा धारण कला। पूर्वाह्न प्रथमे 2-3 घंटा माटी लिपा काम करी सारी तापर शांति माँ और मो माँ पाक आयोजन रे लागी पड़ती। आश्रम रे प्रथमे तो परिबा पत्र चाष हेउ नथिला कि से भली सुविधा से अरण्यांचल रे नथिला। बण रे केवल सारू गछ एणे तेणे सर्वत्र बहु परिमाण रे थाए। अरुणा खाल कूल रे प्रचुर कलम्ब और हिड़ी मिचा साग उत्पन्न हुए। शांति माँ और मो माँ पाचिया धरी सेई साग सारू नाड़ प्रत्यह प्रचुर परिमाण रे संग्रह करी आनती। प्रत्यह गोटे साग और डाली एतिकी मात्र से कालर नीतिदिनिया पाक आयोजन। शांति माँ ही अधिकांश दिन रंधन करुथिले। मध्य मध्य जोगमाया देवी मध्य सहयोग करुथिले। मो माँ अब्राह्मण हेतु अन्य समस्त सेवारे साहाय्य करुथिले। सेतेबेले आश्रम रे जाळेणी काठर किछि व्यवस्था नथिला। जेउ सबु बणुआ गछ काटी फिंगी दिया जाउथिला ताहा संग्रह करी खंड खंड करी काटी खरारे सुखाई जाळेणी काठ रूपरे व्यवहार करा जाउथिला। प्रत्यह अपराह्न रे मो माँ और शांति माँ उभय 2टी झुड़ी धरी आश्रम निकटवर्ती पड़िया को जाई झुड़िए लेखाएं जाळेणी काठ संग्रह करी आनुथिले। सेही समय रे दिने हठात मो दृष्टि रे पड़िला शांति माँ को केश खोली जाइछि। काठरे काठ बोझ, हाथ रे काठ, गला और बाहुरे रुद्राक्षमाला, गैरिक वस्त्र, कटी देश रे दृढ़ बद्ध। अस्तगामी सूर्यदेवଙ୍କ रक्ति मच्छटारे तांकर सुंदर रूप आहुरी सुंदर दिसुଥାଏ। शांति माँଙ୍କ नेत्र जुगल आयत और घन नील। मु सेतेबेले मुग्ध नेत्र रे तांको आड़को अनाई रही थाए। मो तत्कालीन शिशु मनरे मध्य तांकर सेही कमनीय छवि ए जाबत अंकित होई रही। बह्य प्राप्ति ए परे गोटे उपमा मो मन को आसुथिला। शिल्पी श्रेष्ठ रवि वर्मा हस्तांकित गोटे अति सुंदर शकुंतला छवि केही जने श्री श्री ठाकुर को आनी देथिले। श्री श्री ठाकुर सेही छविटी को निज नयन गृहर कांथरे सजाई रखिथिले। मठरे जेते दिन थिली सेही छविटी को देखिला मात्रे मोर शांति माँ को रूपकांति मने पड़ी जाउथिला। शांति माँकर स्वभाव थिला अति स्निग्ध कोमल। तांकर व्यवहार थिला स्नेह भरा। तांकर समस्तक प्रति स्नेह व्यवहार मु देखि आसीछि। से केबे उच्च स्वर रे कथा कहु नथिले। तांको सुमधुर कंठरु निमाई सन्यास पाला कीर्तन सुनी मो शिशु मनरे कोह गुमुरी उठुथिला। सच्ची मातांको कातरोक्ति ବିଷ୍ଣୁପ୍ରିୟାଙ୍କର କରୁଣ କ୍ରନ୍ଦନ, ନବଦ୍ୱୀପବାସୀଙ୍କ ହାହାକାର ତାଙ୍କ କଣ୍ଠରୁ ଶ୍ରବଣ କରୁ କରୁ ଆମେ ଦୁଇ ଭଉଣୀ କାନ୍ଦି କାନ୍ଦି ଅସ୍ଥିର ହୋଇ ପଡୁଥିଲୁ। ସେ ଆମ ଦୁହିଁଙ୍କୁ ଅତି ସୁଖ ପାଉଥିଲେ। ମୋ ବଡ ଭଉଣୀଙ୍କୁ ସେ ସହି ବୋଲି ଡାକୁଥିଲେ। ମୋ ଭଉଣୀ ଶୈଳବାଳା ମଧ୍ୟ ତାଙ୍କୁ ସହି ବୋଲି ଡାକୁଥିଲେ। ଏହି ସହି ଡାକ କେବଳ ଅନ୍ତରାଳରେ ହିଁ ହୋଇଥାଏ। ମୋ ଭିନ୍ନ ସେମାନଙ୍କର ଏହି ସହି ସମ୍ବୋଧନ ଅନ୍ୟ କେହି ଶୁଣି ନାହାନ୍ତି। କର୍ମରୁ ଅବସର ପାଇଲେ ଆମ ଦୁଇ ଭଉଣୀଙ୍କୁ ସସ୍ନେହ ଆଲିଙ୍ଗନ କରି ନିକଟରେ ବସାଇ ସେ ଗୀତ ଗାଇ ଶୁଣାଉଥିଲେ। ବିବିଧ ଭକ୍ତିମୂଳକ ସଙ୍ଗୀତ ତାଙ୍କୁ ଉତ୍ତମ ରୂପେ ଜଣାଥିଲା। ଶାନ୍ତି ମାଙ୍କର ଆଉ ଗୋଟିଏ ବିଶେଷ ଗୁଣ ଥିଲା, ସେ ସୁନ୍ଦର ଅଭିନୟ ମଧ୍ୟ କରିପାରୁଥିଲେ। 1319-20 ସାଲରେ ମଠରେ ଅବସର ସମୟରେ ଶ୍ରୀ ଶ୍ରୀ ଠାକୁର ଯେତେବେଳେ ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କୁ ନେଇ ସନ୍ଧ୍ୟା ପରେ ଗିରିଶ ଘୋଷଙ୍କ ରଚିତ ନାଟକର ଅଭିନୟ କରନ୍ତି, ସେହି ସମୟରେ ଅଭିନୟରେ ଶାନ୍ତି ମାଙ୍କର ଭୂମିକା ଥିଲା ଦକ୍ଷ ଯଜ୍ଞ। ନାଟକରେ ତପସ୍ୱିନୀ, ହରଗୌରୀ ନାଟକରେ ଜୟା, ବିଲ୍ୱମଙ୍ଗଳ ନାଟକରେ ପାଗଳିନୀ, ନସିରାମ ନାଟକରେ ଦୁଃଖିନୀ ସୁନାମଣି ଓ କଳା ପାହାଡ଼ ନାଟକରେ ଦେଲେନି। ଉକ୍ତ ପ୍ରତ୍ୟେକ ଚରିତ୍ରର ବୈଶିଷ୍ଟ୍ୟ ଥିଲା ତପସ୍ୱିନୀ ଯୋଗିନୀ, ଉଦାସୀନୀ, କରୁଣାମୟୀ ଓ ସେବାପରାୟଣ ନାରୀତ୍ୱ। ପ୍ରତ୍ୟେକ ଭୂମିକାରେ ଶାନ୍ତିମା ଅତି ଆନ୍ତରିକତାର ସହିତ ଅଭିନୟ କରୁଥିଲେ ଓ ଚରିତ୍ର ଗୁଡ଼ିକୁ ସାର୍ଥକ ଭାବରେ ଜୀବନ୍ତ କରି ଫୁଟାଇ ପାରୁଥିଲେ। ଉକ୍ତ ଭୂମିକାର ଗୀତ ଗୁଡ଼ିକୁ ମଧ୍ୟ କଣ୍ଠରେ ଶାନ୍ତିମା ହିଁ ଗାନ କରୁଥିଲେ। ଅନ୍ତର୍ଯାମୀ ଶ୍ରୀ ଶ୍ରୀ ଠାକୁର ତାଙ୍କ ଅନ୍ତରର ଭାବ ଅବଗତ ଥିବାରୁ ତାଙ୍କ ନାଟକରେ ଏହି ସବୁ ଭୂମିକା ପ୍ରଦାନ କରୁଥିଲେ। 1320 ସାଲ ବନ୍ୟାରେ ଯେଉଁ ଅନାଥ ପରିବାରକୁ ଜୟ
ଜୟଗୁରୁ। ଧରି ଦେଖି ମନ ବାଇ ଜୟ ଗୁରୁର ଟରେ, ଧରି ଦେଖି ମନ ବାଇ ଜୟ ଗୁରୁର ଟରେ, ଧରି ଦେଖି ମନ ବାଇ ଜୟ ଗୁରୁର ଟରେ, କେତେ କାଳ ଥିବ ତୋର, କେତେ କାଳ ଥିବ ତୋର ଜୀବ ମାଟି ଘଟରେ, କେତେ କାଳ ଥିବ ତୋର ଜୀବ ମାଟି ଘଟରେ, ଧରି ଦେଖି ମନ ବାଇ ଜୟ ଗୁରୁର ଟରେ, ମନ ବାଇ ଜୟ ଗୁରୁର ଟରେ, ନାମର ଭଜନ ବିନେ ଶାନ୍ତି ନାହିଁ ଜୀବନେ, ନାମର ଭଜନ ବିନେ ଶାନ୍ତି ନାହିଁ ଜୀବନେ, ଭାଇ ବନ୍ଧୁ ତାରା ସୁତ, ଭାଇ ବନ୍ଧୁ ତାରା ସୁତ, ମାୟା ତ रे थरे देखी मन पाई जय गुरुर टरे और चुछु जहा तू ही धीर तनु हाई के और चुछु जहा तू ही धीर तनु हाई के जय गुरु गाई माया जय गुरु गाई माया कर तुआ कटरे जय गुरु गाई माया कर तुआ कटरे धरे देखी मन बाई जय गुरुर टरे जय गुरुर टरे गुरु नाम सुधा पी बोल तुम होई गुरु नाम सुधा पी बोल तुम होई गुरु नामे घुंचिब तो गुरु नामे घुंचिब तो सकल संकट रे गुरु नामे घुंचिब तो सकल संकट रे धरे देखी मन बाई जय गुरुर टरे धरे देखी मन बाई जय गुरुर टरे पाप ताप हिम दूर जय गुरु तु सुमर पाप ताप हिम दूर जय गुरु तु सुमर सेहि का देखाइबे सेहि का देखाइबे धर मोर बाटरे सेहि का देखाइबे धर मोर बाटरे धरे देखी मन बाई जय गुरुर टरे धरे देखी मन बाई जय गुरुर टरे केते काल थिब तोर केते काल थिब तोर जीव माटी खटरे केते काल थिब तोर जीव माटी खटरे धरे देखी मन बाई जय गुरुर टरे धरे देखी मन बाई जय गुरुर टरे जय गुरुर टरे
Page 88. When dharana becomes stable, it will turn into seventh component of yoga, dhyana, meditation. Tatra pratyayaya katanata dhayam, Patanjala Vibhuti Pada 2. When singleness of mind is generated by concentrating deeply on single object with the help of dharana, it is called dhyana. To think deeply, the self of Atma Chitta is known as dhyana. Dhyana is of two different types, saguna with attribute and nirguna without attribute. The meditation on Param Brahma or Paramatma in Sahasrasra is called Nirguna Dhyana. To meditate on Sun, Ganapati, Vishnu, Shiva, and Adya Prakriti, primordial nature, or different gods in Sada Chakra, 6 chakras, is called Saguna Dhyana. Apart from Saguna and Nirguna Dhyana, some people perform Jyoti Dhyana, meditation of light. The most matured state of Dhyana is Samadhi, a trance. When Dhyana condenses, there remains absolutely no discrimination between the object of meditation and I. Then Chitta unites with the object of meditation and becomes completely immersed in it. This state of such merger is called Samadhi. Tadeva Tadevartha Matra Nirbhasam Swarupa Sunyameva Samadhi. Patanjala Vibhuta 3. Only that object, that is the self of Atma, is present. Such reflective knowledge will persist, that apart, no other knowledge will exist. Such complete merger of Chitta in the object of meditation is called Samadhi. The state of oneness with Jivatma and with Paramatma is called Samadhi. Samadhi Samatabhasta Jivatma Paramatmano Tatitraya Samhita. According to Vedanta, Samadhi is of 2 types, Savikalpa dual and Nirvikalpa non-dual. In spite of differentiating knowledge of 3 things, knower, knowledge, and knowable, the inhabitation of indivisible Chitta Vritti in secondless Brahmanic entity is called Savikalpa Samadhi. It is Sampragyata Samadhi in philosophy of Patanjala. In the absence of differentiating knowledge of 3 things, knower, knowledge, and knowable, the existence of indivisible Chitta Vritti in secondless Brahmanic entity is called Nirvikalpa Samadhi. In philosophy of Patanjala, it is Asampragyata Samadhi. The system of Ashtanga Yoga, 8-fold yoga, under present discussion is the best of all. If one attains Siddhi, perfection, in the practice of Ashtanga Yoga, one can achieve immortality in this mortal world. What more is to be said? Even without performing any of the Kriyas, one can achieve true humanity even by simply observing Jama Niyama of it. If one performs Ashtanga Yoga, what more is left out to be achieved? His human birth will be worthwhile. Just as it is the best of all, similarly it is difficult and serious affair. It is not within the capacity of all. So the enlightened yogis have discovered simple and comfortable methods of yoga by modification of the original Ashtanga Yoga. Therefore, instead of discussing Ashtanga Yoga elaborately, I have now ended it briefly. Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, these 3 also performed yoga. Among them, the supreme yogi, Sadasiva, has described 10 types of yoga in the 5th chapter of Shiva Samhita. In the 5th chapter, Shiva Samhita. After these 4 types of yoga are chiefly in vogue. Mantra Yoga, Hatha Yoga, Laya Yoga, Strutiyaka, Chaturtha Raja Yoga, Sat Sa Dvibhava Varjita. Shiva Samhita 5:17. Mantra Yoga, Hatha Yoga, Laya Yoga, and Raja Yoga. These 4 types of yoga are mentioned in the scripture of yoga. But now it has almost become impossible to attain Siddhi by practicing Mantra Yoga. Mantra Japena Manolayo Mantra Yoga. While performing Mantra Japa, when mind becomes completely absorbed, it is called Mantra Yoga. Without knowing the mystery of Mantra Japa and the method of surrendering Japa, one cannot achieve the success in Mantra Japa. There is the dearth of suitable advisors. Even with the availability of a guru or advice thereof, Mantra Yoga bears no success unless one practices with labor hard for several births. Therefore, Mantra Yoga is said to be the lowest form among all types of yoga. Mantra Yogascha ja prokta yoga nama dhama shruta alpa buddhirim yogam sevate sadhaka dhamma. Dattatreya Samhita. Among various types of yogas, mantra yoga is the lowest. People of very low eligibility or less intelligence practice mantra yoga. Second is hatha yoga. Nowadays, the practice of hatha yoga is somewhat beyond anyone's capability. It is said regarding features of hatha yoga. Hakara.
रखी दियंतु से हट नेक्स्ट से रखी दियंतु नेक्स्ट टाइम हट जोग्र आरंभ करिबा
आगे जग
जय गुरु जी सकाळे प्रार्थना करेंगे पतिरे जस्ट आरंभ होइतला केना प्रार्थना टिके अधिकार होई गेला प्रार्थना करेंगे पति बेसी पढी हलानी सेठी आरंभ करी कहउचंती ऋषि माने वेदरे आमर मोस्टली ऋग्वेदरे एगुड़ा सब आसे विभिन्न प्रकार वंदना सब लिखी श्लोक सब मंत्र तक कहुए श्लोक कहुए सॉरी ये आरंभ कर समान आकुति समान हृदय निब बेसिकली आमको कहुच्छी जे टिके डीपली एनालाइज करवा ब्रह्म एका थिले से बहु हेले आम सब से ब्रह्मंकर अंश बोली कहि परिबा विशिष्टता आम अलग हो जाइए मायावृत होकर जानी पारने जे आम एक्चुअली एका से एकार धारणा आने विभिन्न प्रकार प्रार्थना करा जे आम समस्ते समान आमर मन समान चित्त समान आमर बुद्धि समान आमर प्राण मन प्राण सब समान इत्यादि इत्यादि कहुच्छी से प्रार्थना द्वारा आम भितर से प्रेरणाटा आसवा दरकार जे एक्चुअली आम जो बाह्य हिसाब से देखुचे आमर आकृति डिफरेंट प्रकृति डिफरेंट चाली चलन डिफरेंट कथबार्ता डिफरेंट इत्यादि इत्यादि सेगुड़ा एक्चुअली किसी नुह इंटरनली टू अस वी आर ऑल द सेम पीपल वी आर ऑल द सेम से ब्रह्मंकर ठाकुर जोटा कहते चित्कण चित्कण आम सब टिके टिके नहींचे छोटिया छोटिया कणा आम भर पशि तेणु वस्तु तो देखिले आम सब सामान तेणु विभिन्न प्रकार प्रार्थना कह तुम गति एक हो तुम भाद एक हो तुम दिग एक हो गोटे दिग को मन धावित हो इत्यादि इत्यादि सीटा केमिति हम ये गोटे भल सुंदर कथा लिखिं जे धीरे धीरे आम जदि आम गुरु आमको गोटे मंत्र दीक्षित कर मंत्र धीरे आम साधना करवा धीरे 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 आम भर एमती आसीज जे आम सांगे मिसी प्रकार हो ठाकुर उपदेश गोटे जगह अच्छी गुरु शिष्य एक्चुअली दुईटा बॉडी किंतु गोटे आत्मा तापर धीरे धीरे गुरु होती एक्चुअली काया और शिष्य होती छाया छायाटा जो कायर मिसिक से एकाकार हो कहते बिंदु जा सिंधु एकाकार हो तेणु गोटे भल लाइन लिखिं द्वैत पथरे अद्वैत अनुभूति हूँ आचार्य शंकर मत अवरेन्द्र पथ ताकू पूरा दीटा मिसई कहीदे आम द्वैत पथरे जाऊे ठाकुर बस आम सेवा करुचे आम पूजा करुचे आम प्रार्थना करुचे इत्यादि इत्यादि किंतु यही पथरे जाई जाई धीरे धीरे रियलाइज हो आम एक्चुअली किसी नुह आम भर किसी ना ये हंसटा संपूर्ण तो लोप पाई खाली गोटे जिन बचिक रे ठाकुर से ये जो डिफरेन्स गुड़ाक आम बर्तमान आउटरली देखुचे सेगुड़ा किसी रही तेणु आम लास्ट पैराग्राफ आज पढ़ले थाए भक्ति पथरे विचारटा बहुत कम आवेग टे प्रधान थाए किंतु भक्ति पथरे गला बेले समस्ते पथटा को व्यक्त करने को व्यग्र हो पड़ती पर्यटन संयम दरकार संयम करके जब आप भक्ति पथरे ठीक ठीक भाव जी एमती आ गोटे समय आसो जे से स्वाभाविक भाव बाहर को बाहर जाए अष्ट सात्विक भाव प्रकाश पाइब आठटा भाव अच्छी आपणकर देहरु झाल बाहर रोम टांकुरी उठब आखिर लुह बाहर इत्यादि इत्यादि एमतिया भाव गुड़ा देखिक लोक जानवे जे सतरे भक्ति मार्ग ये आगे गले तेणु ता पूर्व क्या किसी कह दरकार नहीं निज मन निज भाव को रखिक आम प्रार्थना निरत हवा आज ये बाट पढ़ी आगे जानी किंतु मुझे आगु पढ़ी यहाँ बहुत सुंदर भाव प्रेम भक्ति कथा डिफाइन कराई राधांकर भाव अनुसार बहुत सुंदर गीत सब अच्छी पद्म बने बंशी बाजिला सजानी 3-4टा गीत 5-6टा गीत अच्छी भारी सुंदर होपफुली केत सब पढ़िया सुजोग भी मिल पारे तेणु ये रहा आमर 2 मिनिट अच्छी जदि कहार किसी क्वेश्चन थाए वी कैन एंटरटेन जयगुरु नहीं क्वेश्चन तो हमारे प्राय आजिकल आसुनी स्टिल हैव couple of minutes तेणु टिके से गीतटा टिके पढ़ी दूची आमर आज जो सरला तापर गीतटी अच्छी सहजे सरला बलहीन बाला भल मंद जना नहीं चित्रपटे लेखा से मूर्ति रेखा विशाखा देला देखाई एकी हेला बड़ बानल ज्वलन मझिरे सते के बुड़ाई देला ये कहते श्रीकृष्ण जिते भाव सिद्धा गोपी मैंने जो मैंने भाव सिद्ध हो जाते श्रीकृष्ण रूप गुण लीला आलोचना करते समय राधा छवि दर्शन कले छवि दर्शन कलापर मन में भावटा आसला सहजे सरला बलहीन बाला इत्यादि इत्यादि जे भितर से विरहर ज्वालाटा प्रकाशित होती बहुत सुंदर भाव से गीतटी अच्छी जदि कि आम भाई माँ मैंने भविष्य मिले चान्स गाई पारती आम समय हो जाए रहा अनिक इट्स योर टर्न फॉर प्रार्थना संगीत हो रेडी अनिक जयगुरु
जयगुरु तुमे केते सते आपनार तुमे केते सते आपनार माटी दुनियार मिछ मनिसमु माटी दुनियार मिछ मनिसमु की जाने तुम विभार तुमे केते सते आपनार तुमे केते सते आपनार देइछ आसरा अभय चरणे नव जीवनर राहा ए पराने नेइछ आदरी जनम जनम नेइछ आदरी जनम जनम अकल न पाप भार तुमे केते सते आपनार तुमे केते सते आपनार मविना कुटीरे अछ इच्छा करी जल तुलसी रे अनुराग भरी दुख दूर दिने ସାହା ହୋଇଥାଅ ଦୁଃଖ ଦୂରୁ ଦିନେ ସାହା ହୋଇଥାଅ ପାଶେ ପାଶେ ରହି ମୋର ତୁମେ କେତେ ସତେ ଆପଣାର ତୁମେ କେତେ ସତେ ଆପଣାର ଅଯୋଗା ହେଲେ ବି ପାରୁ ଅଛି ବାରି ଅଯାଚିତ ତୁମ ସ୍ନେହ ଅସୁମାରି ଅତି ଭୀତି ବରା ଏ ଭବ ସାଗରେ ଅତି ଭୀତି ଭରା ଏ ଭବ ସାଗରେ ନେଉଅଛ ଧରି କର ତୁମେ କେତେ ସତେ ଆପଣାର ତୁମେ କେତେ ସତେ ଆପଣାର हे दरदी बंधु लुहा पोछा साथी कि भावे कहिबी अंतरर आती हे बुकु दोहला उछुल लुहरे ए बुकु दोहला उछुल लुहरे क्षमा मांगे किंकर तुमे केते सते आपनार तुमे केते सते आपनार माटी दुनियार मिछ मनिषमु माटी दुनियार मिछ मनिषमु कि जाने तुम विवार तुमे केते सते आपनार तुमे केते सते आपनार तुमे केते सते आपनार
Jayaguru Young Restaurant. Let's start with attendance and then I'll ask Anik to explain the meaning of the song he just sang. Aditi? Adhibasa? Arsi?
Jayaguru.
Jayaguru. Anik?
Jayaguru.
Jayaguru. Ansh?
Jayaguru, he's coming.
Okay. Anshul?
Jayaguru.
Jayaguru. Arnav?
Jayaguru Aditi ଆସୁଛି ଅର୍ଣ୍ଣବ ଆଜି ପୂଜାରେ ରହିନି.
Jayaguru. Aryan? Ashita? Jayaguru. Jamu?
Jayaguru.
Jayaguru. Divyan? Timmy?
Jayaguru.
Jayaguru. Jagrat? Jayaguru. Netik?
Jayaguru Ma.
Jayaguru. Nivriti?
Jayaguru Ma.
Jayaguru. Pratyusha?
Jayaguru Ma.
Jayaguru. Pratyush?
Jayaguru Ma.
Jayaguru. Prayushi?
Jayaguru Ma से आज जॉइन करी पानी.
Jayaguru. Tanvi?
Jayaguru Ma.
Jayaguru. Savanya? Saraswat?
Jayaguru Ma.
Jayaguru. Charlotte?
Jayaguru Ma Shalaba join करनी.
Jayaguru. Sarthak? Bobby? Shilpi? Shreyasi?
Jayaguru.
Jayaguru. Jimmy?
Jayaguru.
Jayaguru. Simran?
Jayaguru Ma.
Jayaguru. Shrija?
Jayaguru Ma.
Jayaguru. Suhani? Yukta?
Jayaguru Ma.
Jayaguru. Is there anyone I missed or who came in after?
Jayaguru Ma, this is Sharanya.
Jayaguru Saranya. Anyone else? Okay, if not, Anhik, can you go ahead and explain the meaning of the song you just sang?
Jayaguru, yes. The song has very nice meaning, and it goes something like this. Thakura is only truly ours, and he has given us shelter in his lotus feet, taking care of all our happiness and sorrows. He has always given us his love and blessings, even if we don't have the capacity to do anything for him. Jayaguru.
Jayaguru. It's a beautiful song, and always, like all of these songs, kind of what we talk about in these sessions, about our relationship with Thakura, it elucidates that and reminds us that he is, in fact, the one that is always taking care of us, and he is, his nature and how he is everything. There's not really much that we can do in the face of that compared to that, and yet he is still always taking care of us, which is comfort to know and inspires our devotion as well. Okay, so today we are going to continue reading Thakura's advice from us from Amikiche. And so we've read a few of the pieces so far the last few months. We'll read another 2 pieces of advice today. And then we'll just discuss a lot of the advice that he's giving. These are just direct quotes of things he said, are things we've read about when we read other books that contain things that he's said to us and other things we've talked about. So this is just a good way for us to keep in mind what he wants for us and what we can do and what his expectations of what we should be doing are. So with that, and Aditi, would you be able to read just what's under advice 6 for us?
Jayaguru, yes.
Please go ahead with advice 6.
Just
Can you all hear me? I don't know if I've...
Jayaguru, I don't have the reading.
Okay. Maybe does anyone else have the reading? I think I sent it out, but...
Jayaguru, this is Anik. I have the reading.
Okay, and can you go ahead and read advice 6?
Jayaguru, yes. What I expect, part 4. Advice 6. We want to uplift this degraded nation through religion and to expressly manifest the great ideals of the sages of the ancient age, Rishi Yuga, so that old sages, Rishis, this nation too, can bestow upon mankind the great gift of the realization of the true nature of self. Bhajan and Swarjana. This is the mission of our organization, Sangha, and this is what I expect. Advice 7. Man is but another form of God himself. That is why without serving humanity, no one can achieve the grace of God. And for this reason, the performance of religious duties of family life has such a great importance. You are to unite your own self with the great self of the universe. At first is the seed is sown in the mind through the wife and children. Later on, it is developed to be united with the same life of the worms and insects of the world. It is then God, of his own accord, offers his kindness, otherwise only verbal prayer cannot move his throne. I bless you that the door of your soul be opened. Let your soul be transformed into the universal soul. Let you all be madly absorbed selflessly in the service for the good of the world. Jayaguru.
Jayaguru, thank you. Before we get into discussion, did anyone have any questions about any of those terms? Okay, if not, then we'll just go right into talking about it. So starting with the first piece of advice, both of these kind of go together because in advice 6, he expressly says what mission of Sangha is and what he wants us to do, and then advice 7 kind of expands on a little bit how we do that. But when he says, he starts with, we need to uplift the degraded nation, this degraded nation through religion. What is he saying there? What does that mean? What is he talking about, do we think, in that first line? That he wants us to uplift this degraded nation. Jagrup, what do you think Thakur is saying that he wants us to do in that first line?
Jayaguru.
Jayaguru, I think you cut out a little bit. Or you might be back on mute. Okay, we'll come back.
Jayaguru. But I think what it's saying is that the organization wants us to uplift our souls with religion and knowledge. Jayaguru.
Yeah. So like one aspect of this is like you said, Jagrup, we like kind of our goal here and Thakur's goal for us is starting within ourselves, uplifting our own souls through this religious practice and spirituality and knowledge. Religion and knowledge in this case is what we can use to uplift our own souls. And so we can start there. And then he specifically mentions uplifting our nation through that. So what about the world that we live in? What do you think he means by uplifting that? When he says we need to uplift our nation. So we can start with, uplifting ourselves through religious and spiritual practice and our souls in that way. Nithik, what do you think he means when he says we should be uplifting our nation?
Jayaguru, when he says we should be, can you repeat the question again?
Yeah, so he says, so what Eric's saying is like one way with religion and knowledge, those things we can uplift our own souls, and that's one of the things mentioned here. What does Thakur want us to do when he says to uplift our nation through this like religion?
When Thakur says to uplift the nation through religion, I think he means that he wants to because in the text it says old sages too can bestow upon mankind the great gift of realization. So I think it just means if everybody has the same set of beliefs and faith, it would make the nation overall just better. Jayaguru?
So he does mention, so there was a time we had when he talks about the golden age of Rishi, so the ancient age of Rishi Yoga. For those of you that have read demonology, and we've reread some stories that are set in that time, it was a time when there were rishis who would kind of go through religious texts and talk through it, and we get out of we have the Vedas, we have the Gita, we have all of the Upanishads, we have a lot of religious texts and people who have over time thought about it and thought about the nature of who we are and what the ultimate truth is, and so that this Hindu religion that we're following at one point in time was in this Rishi, all of that information was being distributed to people and people are following it. In that same way, we can follow that ourselves right now. One thing you did mention is, it's, you mentioned one way that at that time they're all following that same thing and can be united in that way. And we are in Sangha, but thinking about in our wider world where there are, and we've talked about the plurality of religions before, so different people follow different faiths necessarily. For that, how is following our own path and having our own knowledge in here, how do you think we're supposed to be, how is following that path for us going to help us uplift this degraded nation or just the world around us that we live in? How is us following this spiritual path going to do that? Or what about that is going to help us better the world? Ansh, what do you think?
Jayaguru, can you repeat the question?
Yes. So we are on this religious path. We're trying to follow Hinduism, trying to really understand spiritually who we are, and that understand that and realize the true nature of self. And we're doing that. How is that going to thinking about the greater world around us, where people aren't necessarily following this exact path? How is us following this path and following religion going to help us uplift the world around us?
Jayaguru, I think that once we've, I guess, complete our goal of spiritual realization, I guess that general environment that you create for yourself, all that good that you're creating in the world, people see that and people are going to try and emulate that, right? So we keep spreading good in the world, and then they go around spreading more good until we're all, on that path of spiritual enlightenment. Jayaguru?
Right. So in us following this and in us kind of showcasing, if we follow the spiritual path correctly and uplift ourselves and and learn that truth. Even if we aren't, even at various parts of this journey, even if we aren't expressly teaching like the ultimate realization of who we are to people, people will see what we're doing and that spiritual progress, and kind of be inspired by that. When we put good out into the world, that kind of expands and inspires other people to do that, and we can multiply the good in that way. That's one way to think of it. Furthering on that, so we do touch here that talks about Atmagana, Surupagana. We talked about this a bunch, especially reading the Gita. What is the true nature of ourselves? Shrija? When it talks about the great gift of realization of the true nature of self, what is that truth that we've talked about a bunch these last few months? Who are we really? Who is, what is our Atma? What is our true form?
Jayaguru, it says that we will be like unite to ourselves, and we're like the great self of the universe, which is like God in total, and it's like a great gift once we like realize the true nature of self, which is Atmagana and Swarupagana. Jayaguru.
Yeah. That bit in advice 7 is that true nature of self. So we talk about where the great self of the universe, or, like she just said, it's God, or Brahman is the word that we use for that, and realizing that we are nothing but Brahman is how we reunite with Brahman, and understanding that that's our true nature, truly understanding that. We talk about Atma, which we sometimes translate as soul. Atma is nothing but Brahman. If we truly understand that that's who we are, and we can reunite with God, and that's our goal, then that is what we want to do, and that kind of, that's our ultimate goal, and that is ultimately what's going to get us the greatest good, the greatest happiness. So then with that, what is the mission of our Sangha? So right now, we're meeting here together, we're all meeting as a Sangha, we're all involved in the Sangha. What is the role of the Sangha here? What is the purpose of Sangha according to Thakur and these pieces of advice? Shreyasi?
Jayaguru, can you repeat the question?
Yes. What is the purpose of Sangha here? What is the mission of our Sangha in relation to all of this?
Jayaguru, the mission of our Sangha is to like uplift people, and have like the gift of realization, as the reading said, and basically to have all of us be able to attain that higher knowledge and higher awareness. Jayaguru.
Thank you. Sangha here is, the mission of being in this organization is to help everyone further their spiritual journey, to get to that realization of who we really are, understand and reunite ourselves with Brahman by understanding that we are Brahman. And so that's why we all get here together. So moving forward with that, in advice 7, as we talked about, man is but another form of God itself. Like we talked about, we're all Brahman. So then he says, that's why without serving humanity, no one can achieve the grace of God. So why is it that he puts an emphasis on serving humanity in our spiritual path here? Jimmy, why do you think it's important for us to serve humanity when we're on the spiritual path?
Jayaguru, we should serve humanity because, if we help save, if we help humanity, with simple things like kindness, then we would feel happy that we made someone else happy, and then it would help us in our spiritual journey. Jayaguru?
Yeah, it's when we're ultimately we all want to be happy, and when we're on this pathway, trying to figure out how to be good, how to do good in this world, how to understand ourselves, how to be spiritual. If we are out in the world serving other people, doing good for others and serving others makes us feel good. And when we feel good about something, we want to do it more often. And like I said, spreading good out into the world begets more good in the world. And that's an important part of this journey. So then he mentions, and he says this in multiple places, but he says, for the performance of religious duties of family life has a great importance. So what he's saying is it's really important on this journey to do our duty within our families. And that's where he starts that. So why is that important? I think someone is unmuted.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, needs. I told you, shoes, Burberry shoes, and $300, 50% off. It'll be $150.
Jayaguru, I think ma apankara mute heini disturbance hochi ati mute kar diyantu.
Jayaguru. So Yukta, why do you think, and how then does this expand? Why does Thakur put such an importance on us doing our duties within our family and pursuing our spirituality within our family first? And then how does that, by doing that, how does that get us to spreading good and spirituality through the world?
Jayaguru, through performing spiritual acts within our family, we are already performing service onto other people, with those other people being our family, and that can spread to other people in the world. Jayaguru.
Right. So we start in our family. Where are we every day? We're at home. We're with our families. These are the people. This is the humanity that we see every single day, that we spend most concentrated time with. And we have roles in that family that we should be fulfilling. All of you are also students. You do things around the house. You affect the people that you see immediately around you with all of the things you do. So if you fulfill your role, you do your duties, you practice spirituality within the home, that's the first place that you can really make a difference, because that's where you have the most impact usually on a given day. And so if you start there, you do good there, you can kind of expand that and as you go out into the world. So then what kind of things, these last few minutes here, what kind of things can we be doing in our daily lives that help progress us spiritually by serving others around us? And what kind of things do we do in our day-to-day life that serve others that can then be expanded to do good outside of the home, which might have an impact on seeing more good happen throughout the world? Simran, what are some things that we can do at home or like at school and our immediate vicinity to help people around us that can help us impact and do greater good in the world.
Jaker, I think we should like do meditation or do puja to Thakur, because I think that would impact a lot. And then at school, I think we should just like listen to our teachers and like follow whatever they do and be a good person, Jaker.
You're right. At home, we can do some spiritual practices like meditation and worshiping Thakura, and that kind of keeps us grounded in our spirituality. It does feel more connected to him, and he can guide us through how to do these religious practices and how to be good at what we should be doing, which then like that impacts how we behave when we're feeling more connected to him and listening to him. And then at school, doing things like following instructions and setting a good example of how we should behave. Not only that's doing our role, that's what we're supposed to be doing in school, and it can also set an example for other people as well. But we're positively impacting our environment that way. Sanvi, what other things do you think we can do in our daily lives that spread good in the world around us?
Jayaguru, we can practice gratitude and show our appreciation for like people who we spend time with, like our family, friends, or like teachers, and we can volunteer or like just donate items to people in need, Jayaguru.
Yeah, those are all great things. Showing gratitude. We're just getting out of this like Thanksgiving season where we talk about that a lot. Showing gratitude can really brighten up someone's day. And it also keeps us positive because we're thinking about how other people impact us positively, and that keeps our attitude positive as well. And people appreciate being noticed. So on last person before we wrap up here. Nivriti, what are some ways you think you can make a positive impact or are good things we can do for others around us on a daily basis? Nivriti, are you there?
Jayaguru, Jayaguru, I'm not sure.
No, that's okay. I mean, we can just showing kindness to people around us and gratitude and spending time in prayer with Thakura. All of those things can be really impactful in our day-to-day life and be positive interactions that we have with people that make them feel positive and kind of spread that positivity throughout the world, making a greater impact. So with that, we are out of time, and we have Naitika Zavu Naitika. Naitika, when you're ready. Jayaguru.
Jayaguru. Since my first semester of senior year is coming to an end, it's given me a lot of time to reflect on myself. And with Thanksgiving also being 2 weeks ago, it gave me a good chance to reflect on myself and, more importantly, on what I do. Through the YA session, Thakur has taught me the importance of doing a lot of small things leading up to a bigger thing. Like always having faith in Thakur to help me move forward in my goals. Making sure that I respect everybody, not just people I know. and also the importance of doing things like meditating just to keep myself calm. These last couple of months have probably been the most stressful of my life, and Thakur has been a great force in helping me move forward. And I hope to continue believing in him, and so that Thakur can always be a force and a guide that I can use to make sure that the goals I want are the goals I can achieve. Jayaguru.
Jayaguru, ठाकुर महाराज, भक्त भाई और माँ माने पिला माने आज मोर पाली आउ भाव विनिमय सेवा आउ आज तो एमती ठाकुर कृपा आज जे आज महिला पूजा भी आउ एमती ठाकुर माने ठाकुर कह से बहुत भल भी पाऊ महिला मान को माँ मान को से बहुत भल पाती आउ से सौभाग्य आज मत भी पाली मिलती से दिन में मोर सौभाग्य आज एमती आम तो सब ठाकुर विषय बहुत पढ़ुचे जानूचे ठाकुर बहुत आदेश उपदेश देइचंती जोटा कि माने पढ़ले शुणिले भी बहुत भल लगे आज मु जो निजे पढ़िली आज शिव ज्ञान जीव सेवा से मत जहाँ भल लगे कि मुझे जहाँ जानिली जो कि जो जीव अच्छी सेठी शिव अच्छा जो सेवा अच्छी सेठी पूजा अच्छी जीव सेवा हूँ सर्वोच्च धर्म जोटा कि आम आज जानले माने जानीचे भी तार अर्थ मात्र मंदिर को जाइए पूजा करवा ही धर्म नुहे जो आम आपण निष्ठार सह सेवा कर लोकों को सहायता कर भल कम कर गोटे ठाकुर पूजा करवा गोटे सहित सामान कारण मानव सेवा हूँ माधव सेवा आचरण निष्ठा और मानव सेवा ही सत्य पूजा यह सहित ठाकुर प्रति सात्विक विश्वास रखिकी मन को सठिक ठाकुर सठिक विश्वास रखा आम मन को सठिक दिगरे नहीं थाए सेवा और विश्वास दुहे मिसिक सत्य धर्म को सृष्टि कर मनुष्य मानव एवं भल भक्तटे हो पारे ठाकुर को श्रीचरण प्रार्थना आम मान मन से भक्ति और विश्वास दिंतु जमी आम मन लाखी सेवक सेविकटे हो पारू आ मत ठाकुर विषय शुणा को जाना भल लगे खेले निजे बही पढ़ा के इच्छा है कि इच्छा हुए कि समय हुए हेले एबे किंतु निजको स्वाध्याय करने को चेष्टा करछि आ ठाकुर महाराज पाखरे प्रार्थना करछि सेति से मते आशीर्वाद करंतु जेमिति मो एई सेवा तांकर ठीक ठीक रूप रे करि पारे जय गुरु
जय गुरु श्री ठाकुर को पाखरे आज मोर भाव विनिमय सेवा ठाकुर को मु घर बाहागर पर ही मु ठाकुर विषय जाना पाइले तो घर मुरबी हिसाब रे ही ये करे ट्रीट करे तो आगे जिते बड़े जहाँ भी प्रॉब्लम है जनाए घर बड़ हिसाब रे पाखे जदि पूजा नियम रे सकाळ संध्यार नित्य पूजा रे किछि संसार रही कि सांगे कनेक्ट करवा सब बेले माने भूल तो हो जाऊँ तो मत से आशीर्वाद दिंतु कि सब पूजा कि देखाई पथरे एमती आम चली पारू लाइफ रे जो अप्स एंड डाउन रही था से आसिक किसी प्रॉब्लम है भी आगे जनाए राग भी देखाए तो जिते बड़े जो खुशी जो जहाँ सब मिली आम भगवान एत भी माने ये दुख टाइम रे बेसी ही संगे कनेक्ट करता तो से बालांसटा कि भल टाइम रे कि खराब टाइम रे हो संगे सब कनेक्ट रही पारे जमी से आम ऊपर आशीर्वाद रखु जानता अजाणत किसी भूल होती पूजा रे कि नित्य पूजा करि पारुनी कि कौन से कारण से ये कर से नियम रे जमी मुझे चली पारे आशीर्वाद आम पर रही था जय गुरु
जयगुरु आराधना ठाकुर को निमंत्रण करेंगे मध्याह्न भोग संध्या पूजा भक्त मान जो अच्छा एनएसएम प्रसाद सेवन निमंत्रण करेंगे
जय गुरु द्वितीय अधिवेशन शेष होगा जाऊँगी जयगुरु कीर्तन पर आसन सेवा बंद रहिबो ठाकुर को मध्याह्न भोग निवेदन करा समस्त भाई माँ यंग एस्पिरेंट को मध्याह्न भोज प्रसाद सेवन करेंगे। संध्या अधिवेशन पूजा मु श्री श्री ठाकुर महाराज समस्त माँ भाई एवं यंग एस्पिरेंट को पूजा रे जोग दे पूजा को सफल मंडित करने को निमंत्रण जनाऊँ। जय गुरु।
Jayaguru, if you're there, please invite Thakura for the next YA session.
Jayaguru, I invite Shree Shree Thakur, all guys, all Mas, and all young aspirants to attend next Sangha Puja on December 14th. Jayaguru.
Anima? Imagine line रे?
Jayaguru भाई। Jayaguru आसंता 14 तारीख डिसेम्बर 14 रे हमर पाली अछि। सो समस्त भक्त ठाकुर महाराज को एवं समस्त भक्त भाई माँ मान को निमंत्रण जनाऊँ। जयगुरु।
जयगुरु। प्रणय ठाकुर महाराज आज पूजा होता समस्त जनाते अजाणते भूल त्रुटि तथा आज सेवा थिबा समस्त भाई माँ जनाते अजाणते किसी भूल त्रुटि जहाँ भी सब भूल त्रुटि से मुझे ठाकुर महाराज भक्त भाई माँ पिला पाखे क्षमा प्रार्थना कर। जय गुरु।
दीनानाथ भिक्षा हरे श्री चरणे दीनानाथ भिक्षा हरे श्री चरणे तब पथ राखिते मनने स्मरणे तब पथ राखिते मनने स्मरणे बाहर की लागी नाकारी सो जाना बाहर की लागी नाकारी सो जाना हरि विप्र स्वभाव मचना करी स्वभाव मचना पर दोष खोजी भूली न थाइब मन पर दोष खोजी भूली न थाइब मन लागिथिबी सदा करी आत्म संशोधन देव लागिथिबी सदा करी आत्म संशोधन बचने आलापी हेउ रसना संजत बचने आलापी हेउ रसना संजत घुंची जाऊ अवसद देहर जड़त्व देव घुंची जाऊ अवसद देहर जड़त्व उचित भाषणे न हो किछि अंतराय उचित भाषणे न हो किछि अंतराय यथा कर्म जे उचित सुधीर सहाय देव यथा कर्म जे उचित सुधीर सहाय निराळ स्वभावे तव आदेश पालन निराळ स्वभावे तव आदेश पालन करिथिबि हेउ तहि प्राणर स्फुरण देव करिथिबि हेउ तहि प्राणर स्फुरण न मानिबि काहि केउ बारण बंधन 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 जहि ठाए रहिथ तब पदे मन देव जहि ठाए रहिथ तब पदे मन जय गुरु 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 जय गुरु
जय गुरु जय गुरु जय गुरु जय गुरु जय गुरु जय गुरु जय गुरु जय गुरु जय गुरु जय गुरु जय गुरु जय गुरु जय गुरु जय गुरु जय गुरु जय गुरु जय गुरु जय गुरु जय गुरु जय गुरु जय गुरु जय गुरु जय गुरु जय गुरु जय गुरु जय गुरु जय गुरु जय गुरु जय गुरु जय गुरु जय गुरु जय गुरु जय गुरु जय गुरु जय गुरु जय गुरु जय गुरु जय गुरु जय गुरु जय गुरु जय गुरु जय गुरु जय गुरु
Jai Guru, 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 Jai Jai Shree Shree Thakur Maharaj, Shree Shree Guru Maharaj, Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Guru.
ଜୟଗୁରୁ ଭାଇମାନେ ମାନେ ନଭେମ୍ବର ମାସର ଦିନଲିପି ରିପୋର୍ଟ ଅକ୍ଟୋବର ମାସ